Hello, YouTube, April 25th, 2016, and we already know who we here to talk about, honey. Queen Bee, honey. Queen Bee has came and struck a damn again. See, now I'm sick of you, Beyonce. I'm sick of you. You know that what a girl got to go through this week, and you just come and get everybody caught off guard. Y'all know I got my hydrotrucium going on where, a girl has a little bit of excessive hair growth compared to most girls. So I ain't able to shave a little bit. I'm coming to y'all with, peach fuzz, can't shave worth a damn. And because y'all know I go for my license again this Thursday, so I got to wait to Wednesday to shave so I don't have a 5 o'clock shadow come this Thursday. So Beyonce decides to release this mess on a Saturday. And I'm like, and I already knew it was going to be serious based on the trailer. I don't know what everybody else was thinking, talking about watch party and getting turned up. I already knew darn on Beyonce was going to be on some semi Maya Angelou type of shit based on the hints that she's been given. She's been given that she was going to go for a new sound because she did Him for the Weekend with Coldplay. I'm like, okay, Him for the Weekend. And then she did that song with Naughty Boy. I'm running, 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 running next to you. Running next to you. And then she did a acoustic version of We Be All Night. Hey, ooh, hey, we be all night. And everything's alright. No complaints, my body's so fluorescent on the lines. Boy, I'm singing, I'm drinking, I'm thinking. Drunk in love, we be on. Okay, now y'all know I ain't no damn Beyonce with the shit, so don't compare me. We here to talk about Queen Bee Hunter with this darn on new. She done dropped the darn on album again. We thinking that like at least she's gonna give us a day or something. Like there's no way in the world she about to drop it right afterwards. She ain't even wait till the damn thing was over. Like I'm on Twitter and shit, and then people say she done dropped the album. Like I'm concentrating on Twitter and looking at her in the Maya Angelou talking about. I got to go on ahead and pull up Twitter to do the breakdown of the songs. Like, let me go ahead and bring this shit up. Lord, and people still following and liking left and right. I'm gonna have to mute Instagram for a second because she went in order in where the videos are on. So I'm bringing up my title right now. I'm glad I didn't decide to cancel my subscription this month because I was about over it. I was like, you know what, fuck it, Beyonce, you gonna put the darn old stuff straight to the damn store anyway, so I might as well cancel this shit. But good thing I held on to it a minute longer. See, now when you go right to it, it wants to take you to the visual album. I just want to go to the songs. So now I got to try to pull up the darn on songs. Okay, here it go. So it starts off with pray, pray you catch me or whatever. And she's in the darn on forest or whatever, talking about pray that you catch me. Let me hear. I'm only going to give you a little sneak second. Okay, that's all y'all getting. Hell, Beyonce ain't fixing to flag my damn ass over 14 seconds, honey. Copyright rule, I got about 14 seconds on the commentary law. Yeah, because I tried it the last time with Rihanna giving y'all a full 30-some seconds. Oh, Tyler said, oh, bitch, not today. Snatched. So, yeah, I'm only giving y'all a good 14 seconds throughout these right here. But they are available on iTunes. So she released it on iTunes the very next day on Sunday, where you can listen to 1 minute and 29 seconds each of it before you buy it if you do not got Tidal. Now, if you got Tidal, you can listen to the whole song for the free 99. Now, of course, I'm waiting for her to come to the stores right quick so I can go ahead and add to my collection. And on that note, okay, y'all, I'm back. I don't know how this video going to go because y'all know I'm also expecting my products to come in. For y'all that don't know, I am a licensed beautician, so I'm expecting some hair care products to come in. I'm expecting my wax pots to come in via UPS any minute. So with that being said, I also had to get my albums. Before I end up saying anything negative about Beyonce, I want y'all to know I'm a diehard Beehive member. When I say I'm a Beehive member, I like to collect my albums. So I'm glad she got it on iTunes. But I'm holding out on my coins because I want the album. Because I like the hardcore albums. And even though half of my darn on stuff done broke during my move. Y'all know I had to move 2 times. We done been over that situation right there. Y'all see that right there? Dangerously in love. Okay, we're gonna take this in order. Dangerously in Love, B-Day, the deluxe edition. And on top with B-Day, I got the anthological album, video album right here. So I got this and I got this. Where else? I got I Am Sasha Fierce 2 times. I went and got it 2 times back in 2009. I also went and got the Above and Beyonce, where it got the na 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 diva is the female version of a hustler where it got all the remixes where I used to dance and exercise too back in my sophomore year of high school. What else I got? I Am Yours, the Beyonce I Am World Tour, the Beyonce Experience, where she does the remix to Gnarls Barkley, aka CeeLo Green. You got me crazy, constantly. I got that too. I got the Beyonce Life is But a Dream. And then last but certainly not least, I got the Beyonce album on iTunes. I got 2 of the original copies. And the bitch got the deluxe edition. Hello. When I tell you, the bitch got the deluxe edition. The bitch got the deluxe edition. So I brought the last album 4 times. Now, Beyonce, my money's funny a little bit this time. I can't buy 4 of them this time, y'all. So, 1, 2, 3. And then I got the other one on iTunes, which it lost it. So, that's why I'm scared of buying on iTunes. Because on my old computer, when it went down, I did not know iTunes stores it on your computer. I thought it had a cloud of its own where you could store the information. So regardless of what computer you're on that has iTunes, you can see it. Honestly, it doesn't work out that way. I lost Kelly Rowland. I lost darn on Michelle. I had everybody. I even had darn on K Michelle on my darn on track list. So I'm starting over. But that's why I like to have my hard copy albums. Even though I lost the Beyonce on the darn on iTunes, I still got my 3 copies right here. So I'm waiting for her to go on here and release it to Target and Walmart so I can add to my substantial collection. The reason why I'm not buying it twice this go around, Beyonce, is because you done got me for what? It's April. You done got me for $20 already this year with that darn on title. Furthermore, I'm trying to go on to your tour for the first time, and that's a darn on $600 investment. Like, damn, I'm not even going to be able to see you in Raleigh this upcoming, let me see. It's darn on 25th now. I ain't going to be able to see you on the 3rd. Y'all know I just had my license, and short of somebody giving me $1,000 tip, I don't see me being able to make it to Raleigh. That, and I cannot drive that great to go to Raleigh. So, yeah, I'm going to have to build my skills up, and I'm going to have to take a plane and, figure out a hotel stay because we're going to see Beyonce this year. So that's a $600 investment, B. So I got you. I got this darn on album I'm going to purchase, the hard copy album, and I got this one. But now let's go into the breakdown of Beyonce. So first she came out with the darn on Pray That You Catch Me. Then next she came out with Hold Up. And then this is when we start thinking, that's when she was walking down the darn street with the yellow dress, just smashing up shit and everything. So she's smashing up shit. And I'm like, what the hell? Okay, Beyonce. Okay, you smashing up stuff. Then is Don't Hurt Yourself. That's when we find out that she was talking about darn on Jay-Z. Jay-Z done went and fucked up and done cheated on Beyonce with Becky with the good hair. Becky with the good. Now I ain't gonna go into details on all of that, but we talked about this years ago about Becky with the good hair, Rachel Roy. People done jumped on Rachel Ray's darn on page. Not Rachel Roy, the fashion designer. But people are cussing out Rachel Ray, the darn on cook, the mistake her for the fashion designer Rachel Ward. So I would have paid to look that darn on Rachel Ray's show today if it's actually recording in live time to see what her response is of getting cussed out by the Beehive because they done mistaked up for the darn on fashion designer. But it done quickly came out, no, Jay-Z ain't fucking with Rachel Ray. He was fucking with Rachel Ward, the fashion designer, which is why darn on Solange went off in the darn on elevator and all of that mess right there. So we done got that out the way. I'm like, oh my goodness. I told y'all, Jay-Z. Jay-Z, like she said on that darn on Don't Hurt Yourself, this is your final warning. Let me go ahead and play the ending of that one for y'all. She done told you. You gonna lose your damn wife, Jay-Z. You gonna lose your wife trying to fuck with Becky with the good hair. And speaking of Becky with the good hair, she had the darn on tribalness and everything. Be honest, I'm too much in my fan mode right now. I'm trying to get out of fan mode and speak from an honest point of view. Okay, let me go. See, she had me going through the 5 stages of motherfucking grief. 5 stages. At first, we were sad. Then we were happy. Then we were angry. We were sad again. And we were happy. But taking myself out of fan view, now let's go ahead and break down this video. Honestly, this was a brilliant work of art. Something that we have not seen since the 90s. Beyonce is a true traditional artist. She does shit that is reminiscent of back in the day of Michael Jackson. And people wonder why she always get compared to Michael Jackson. Because no other artist is anticipating watch parties nowadays. I mean, usually we just we go right to YouTube. We're in this society of, instant gratification where everybody just wants the video and the music and stuff right now. Beyonce said, no, I am not an album selling. I'm not a singles artist. I am an album artist. And people who have her documentaries knows this. She said this in Life is But a Dream that she don't give a fuck about her singles. She don't give a fuck about going #1. She is about albums. I don't give a damn if I don't got 14 #1 hits. I got 6 hot selling albums, a collection of work. You gonna listen from one track all the way up to the end. I'm not giving you motherfucking fillers. I'm not giving you no fillers and darn on one good hit. You want to get a hit from the beginning of the track to the end of the track. Now that's some Michael Jackson, some Prince, some Tina Turner, some Stevie Wonder, some darn on Patti LaBelle type of shit right there. When you can listen to the whole track. And this one did it for me. Now usually on a darn on Beyonce album, there's always one song I generally don't care for. Like, it's just usually one song I don't care for. Like, let me go on ahead to this one. Crazy in Love. You got Crazy in Love, Not a Girl, Baby Boy, Hip Hop Star, Be With You, Sign Speechless, That's How You Like It, The Closer I Get to You, Dangerously in Blood. I don't really care for Daddy on the Beyonce album. I really don't care for Speechless on the Dangerously in Love album. Let me see. I Am Sasha Fierce. Disappear. Radio. Everything else was good. Um, the B-Day album. Let me see. Really didn't care for Resentment. Because I'm more of an up-tempo artist. I love the songs like Beautiful Liar, Upgrade You, Single Ladies, Naughty Girl, Baby Boy. So for me to be in love with this album, me being an up-tempo person that I am, really speaks volumes. It's really something for, somebody who just cares for R&B soul music to like this album. But when it can impact somebody who is not even for R&B soul, I like up-tempo songs. Like I like Diva, Single Ladies, all of that, Flawless. Um, so this one really got me. It threw me for a loop because at first I was like, that's why I couldn't do the review right afterwards, because I was like, wait a minute now, Beyonce done fucked us over. She ain't give us no dance song. You talking about Formation's gonna be the only dance song on the track? But once you really take yourself out of being a fan and you analyze the body of work, it's truly a powerful. I mean, this is something that none of these albums can do. And I don't know where I think my 4 album is in my darn on case. I got the 4 album as well. If y'all did not see that, except I take that with me when I'm doing my clients and stuff, because the 4 album is so relaxing and compared to all the other albums. But anyways, yeah, this was even more impactful than 4, because with 4, it was like a collection of individual singles. It still had a story. It still showed how she went around the world and took different elements of percussions and things like that. But this one really gave direction. Like, it was a narrative from the beginning to the end, and it intertwined every single last video into each other, like a storytelling. Whereas the 4 album, it was individual videos that were all a collection of body of work of hits. Whereas this one was a collection of work that was a collection of hits from beginning to end that all simultaneously tells a story and a narrative from anger, resentment, forgiveness, and made you think on so many different levels, from light skin versus dark skin, skinny women versus thick women, black women with afros and black women with straight hair, all together, highlighting the Creole culture. I was just looking like, oh my goodness. It was so much going on, from the relationship, um, to the 6-inch heels with the weekend. 6-inch heels. She murdered everybody and I was a witness. Damn. That is going to be my dang on hit right there. 6-inch heels and Desperado. Lord, I tell you, if darn on Beyonce and darn on Rihanna ever get together on stage, I want to hear, oh, Desperado. Oh, Monte Carlo. 6-inch heels. I murdered everybody and I was a witness. I'm telling you, that is a motherfucking hit. Rihanna and Beyonce. I'm going to need y'all two to get on stage and do a mashup of darn on 6-inch heels and Desperado. Desperado and 6-inch heels will shut the shit down. Which is why I see why they did not want to release their albums together. For y'all that don't know, Beyonce actually put Rihanna on. So I don't know why people keep saying Beyonce is trying to come for Rihanna and all of this, that, and the third, when Beyonce's been doing, videos like Bootylicious way back in 1998, for one. Number two, Beyonce was the reason why Rihanna got put on to Rock Nation, besides darn on Tierra, who is from Love and Hip Hop LA. Y'all know the one that's fluffy and all of that, big boobs and all. She used to be skinny, and compared to Rihanna, they used to both be equal eye candy. So they was thinking about letting Tierra. Can you imagine the world today with Tierra Marie and Rihanna would have been the basic artist? But it was Beyonce that actually put Rihanna on, which caused darn on Tierra Marie to go to Love and Hip Hop. But anyways, yeah, this album right here is truly a body of work. You can tell it has me going all over the place. I definitely see this If this don't get Durgon Album of the Year nomination, I'm protesting. Now this is fucking you cannot say that this album is truly not worthy of Album of the Year. I mean, listen to when I tell you this. This touched on so many topics. I can't go to even explain. It touched on a relationship. It touched on women empowerment. It touched on the Creole culture, the blend of the light and dark, and how they don't see colorism. That's the good thing about Louisiana. Um, for y'all that don't know, I am fluent in French, and I love the Louisiana culture. Um, and I speak once again, parlez-vous français? Je m'appelle Loin, tout pas comme moi. But anyways, um, I'm speechless. This is a top album, and I don't see how anybody can say that this album is whack, regardless of what your background is. This album was truly a body of work. This was even more impactful than Adele 25, if you ask me. Number one, it had so many different variations of sound, like a true legend that you can't put them in a box. And Beyonce for years has always done stuff where you could not put her in a box. On each and every one of her albums, she has done different elements. Like with this one, she was in Spanish. She did Listen in Spanish, Irreplaceable in Spanish, Beautiful Liar in Spanish. And then she did different elements of darn on up-tempo rock. She did electronical with the darn on this album. She had the electronical mixes added onto it. So Beyonce is an artist that's always tapped into the full range of spectrum music, like Psychofunkadelic, like Prince. Them artists that you cannot exclusively put into a category that can touch in everything. And that's what this album did with a direction of story to the degree of Nina Simone. I picture if Nina Simone was alive right now, this would be some type of shit that Nina Simone would be doing, because she truly embodied womanhood. She truly touched on all different elements of soul music in Beyonce fashion. Because of course I don't expect Beyonce to be able to belt it out like Nina Simone or, you know, somebody like that. But the vocals was damn sure good at that. I would definitely say it was better than Adele. Now, some people still going to say, well, I don't think she's a dead. Well, honey, you motherfucking tone deaf. If you didn't hear them rips and runs and melisma and that renaissance and all of that going on in this darn on album right here, she did it. She did it. I mean, and unlike Rihanna, in which I think Rihanna's a good song, good as well. I just don't like the direction that they're going. I mean, they done went and solidified her darn on album with work, and now I done seen the one for Needed Me, and she done walked up in the darn on club, ass just shaking, and oh, okay. But then you just shoot the guy and just walk out. He's just bleeding all over the cash and shit. And I'm like, really? Like, out of all the songs that you got, Rihanna, and I hate that I keep having to put Rihanna down every time we talk about Beyonce, but it's just sad that, and this is what separates Beyonce from Rihanna. With all the good work that Rihanna had on her album, let me see, Kiss It Better, my favorite, Desperado, oh Desperado, oh right on my collar, same old mistakes and Woo and Higher and James Joint. Yeah, no. But Beyonce, she's truly channeling everybody of her work. And yep, this is definitely album of the year. I don't see how Taylor Swift is going to be able to top this one. I mean, all women, all black women, I think should definitely go get this album. Because, I mean, it was truly speaking to us with this one right here. From darn on kinky hair, from kinky hair to the darn on Becky with the good hair, honey. Because did y'all see that part where old light-skinned girl was in the darn on cornfield, and then she had the darn on thicker than a Snicker sister black skin with the rich afro behind her, And then here she is giving white girl tease like old girl off of. Actually, her hair was a little bit straighter than old girl off of Underground. And then next thing we know, we see Beyonce in the darn on water with like she about to get baptized. I'm like, now did she go and see Underground before she watched this darn on video? Like, it's too many scenes up in this darn on album that's giving Underground tease. Now you about to go under the darn on water like old girl did, the head light skinned girl of the house. And then now you got old girl looking like darn on Jesse Smollett's sister in the darn on court in the darn on fields or whatever. And then the attire, I mean, Louisiana fashion all day. I mean, she represented New Orleans down. I know New Orleans is some type of proud right now with this album right here. So with that being said, I definitely think this was a complete body of work. This is stuff that you don't see no more. You don't see people getting together looking at TV like back in the day. And Beyonce has done this all the way since she been out. I remember with B-Day way back in. Okay, I thought somebody was not. I thought there was somebody knocking on the door. But I remember with B-Day way back in the day where she had the release party for darn on Beautiful Liar and Upgrade You at the same time. The first time an artist simultaneously released two albums out at the same time at the world video premiere was Beyonce. And now once she go number one with this album, she's going to overtop her record. I mean, she's at the point where she's not even competing with nobody. She's only competing with her damn self. I mean, she's the first woman in the history of music that since we've been recording music that has had 5 consecutive number one albums. Each one of her albums, Dangerously in Love, B-Day, B-Day, I Am Sasha Fierce, 4, Beyonce, have all gone number one. And this one I predict is going to go number one as well because Rihanna is still, let me see who's currently the number one artist on Billboard. I predict Beyonce is going to easily go number one with this album. Let me see. Okay, Billboard Top 200. Cleopatra, the Lumineers. So yeah, whoever Cleopatra is, make way for the real Cleo because you looking about white as darn on Lady Gaga on there, but true Cleopatra, brown skin Cleopatra is about to bump your ass right on off. Then you got Gore in number 2. Traveler is number 3. The Life of Pablo. Oh, that's Kanye West, number 4. Yeah, she definitely gonna get past number 4, honey. Shit, Life of Pablo. And then Rihanna at number 5. Okay, how y'all? Darn on Navy, what y'all doing? Y'all let darn on Life of Pablo surpass Auntie now. I talk shit about Rihanna, but damn, I do think she's better than darn on Kanye West now. What the world? Okay, Navy, you slipping. You slipping. But anyways, now she's going to have 6 consecutive number one albums. She's the most Grammy nominated woman in the history of music. She's the second most Grammy honored woman in the history that has ever done it. The first nominated one is some sort of woman that we can't even keep the name of. Like, I got to literally Google search what her name is. Most Grammy nominated female. Well, no, it says Beyonce. It doesn't even show who has the most Grammys as a female. Most Grammy honored female? Okay, Alison Krauss has 27 Grammys. Beyonce has 20. Aretha Franklin has 18. Alicia Keys has 15. And then it doesn't even bother to show the 14 other artists. I think Rihanna is somewhere down like 9 or 10 or something like that. Wow, I'm surprised Patti LaBelle ain't up there. Aretha Franklin is sitting high at 18. I would think darn on Patti LaBelle would be like 14 or 15 if you ask me. And I know darn on my girl Mary got like 9. Yeah, so Beyonce is truly a legend at this point. We can all concur that she is definitely a legend. The only artist that is out in the 90s that is doing 90s stuff that is still relevant. No other artist is doing watch parties. No other artist is giving a body of work and putting visuals in their album to the degree of Beyonce. Nobody else is doing visual albums like that. This is only stuff that we used to see with Michael Jackson and Prince and stuff like that. So yeah, I dare for somebody to say after my argument that Beyonce is not up to legendary status. I mean, she has proved it time and time and time again. I mean, she has touched on so many different genres of music. She has done vocals that is astounding. I mean, she has hit D7s and E6s and everything else. I mean, she has done it all. Acoustic, acapella, everything. Channeling different rock elements and vibes. And matter of fact, I think within the next 5 years, it'd probably be too soon for them to try to do it. And I don't know why there's a time limit on putting artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because darn on Ice Cube and them group was only out for darn on 8 years and they done put them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't see why at this point we can't put Beyonce in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because she's been an artist that has been consistent for 2 decades, 3 generations, 2 millenniums. Once again, Beyonce has been out for 2 decades, 3 generations, has touched on 6 generations because my great grandma Nellie is 93 years old, and before she succumbed to Alzheimer's, she knew of Beyonce. My great aunt Jean, who's 74, she used to do single ladies. During that same time, my little cousin, who was 3 at the time, was talking about Sweet Pea on a Beautiful Nightmare, which she was trying to say Sweet Dreams. I am in my 20s. My grandmother, who would have been 65, she loved Beyonce. And she grew up with, she would have been 65, so she grew up with darn on Prince and everybody, all of them were under her though. Michael Jackson and them were a little bit younger than her. Um, Dionne Warwick and them was slightly over her. So she was in that middle age where she could like Prince and Whitney Houston and all of them because it was like an 8-year age difference below her, and then about a 5-year age difference above her is, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, and all of them. And even she recognized the beauty in darn on Beyonce. So Beyonce is definitely legendary status. I'm not just talking about my personal experience being a gay person in the 20s. I'm talking about my grandmother who was 59 when she died. My great great grandmother who was like 84, 85 years old when she started listening to Beyonce real good. My great aunt who is 74, who is of sound mind that likes Beyonce. So I'm talking about multiple generations that love Beyonce. I mean, regardless of skin color, regardless of race, y'all know I'm not even Christian. Whereas them 3 people I mentioned are very Southern old school Christians, love her. So yeah, she's definitely. I definitely see this as album of the year. I definitely see Beyonce getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame within the next 5 years. Because if we can put darn on Def Jam and darn on Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Beyonce, who has all of this darn on visual for us. I mean, she has done it time and time and time a damn again. I mean, like, time and time and time again. She has done visual albums throughout her whole career. And as she does them, it gets more and more deepful and more impactful. She has consistently grown to the point where she outdoes legends. I mean, 2003 Beyonce, we thought it would be no way in hell that Beyonce would ever be compared to Mariah Carey. 12 years later, look what has happened. She has gotten to the point where she is damn near equal. I would go as far as to say she is equal to Mariah Carey. Now, she may not be able to channel old school Mariah Carey voice, but what separates Beyonce from Mariah Carey is the fact that she has substantially grown in her voice. We've seen Beyonce go from entry level pop star to deep soul that goes across all fields. Beyonce's voice has gotten deep. Her renaissance has gotten stronger as Mariah Carey's voice got weaker. I mean, come on now. Legends, as they get older, their voices diminish. Mariah Carey was up here. Beyonce was down here. And now it's like right here. Beyonce is right here. Mariah Carey is right here. I mean, the growth. The growth just speaks for itself. I mean, it's one thing to be naturally blessed with a powerful voice. That's why I say Jennifer Hudson, Christina Aguilera, Mariah Carey, they all blessed with the voice, but what makes them lack is the fact that they don't have the vision. Beyonce has the vision. Like, she gives a complete body of work. And even with her videos and when you go to her concerts, it's like looking at a play. I mean, even when you're waiting on the next darn on music, even when you're seeing the darn on background, it's like a darn on whole production. And that's what legends do. I mean, yeah. So that is it, y'all. This video has definitely been long enough. Those are my 40-minute thoughts on this album. I know I done talked y'all to death because I had to go into Beyonce's history and the fact that I think we can definitely start calling her legend. She is the legend of our time. She is by far the legend. She's no longer an icon. And I'm saying this from being a fan since 2003. Back in 2009, I considered her definitely iconic. Now, after seeing this, she is definitely legend. She is legend in the game. No other artist is born from the 90s is slaying it like Beyonce. You still got Mariah Carey around. You still got Mary J. Blige around. You still got J-Lo around. But they are what you call surviving artists. They are doing stuff that, caters to their old fans, the lambs, whatever J-Lo calls her fans. They doing decent stuff. But ain't none of them competing to the same degree as these modern day artists, as Lady Gaga, as Rihanna, Katy Perry. Beyonce is the only artist that's came out in the 90s that is still the top of the game. I mean, Michael Jackson couldn't even say that shit before he died. Michael Jackson had fell off before he died. And I hate to speak bad about Prince. Prince, please don't. I know, Prince, you giving me the shade look right now. But people weren't even buying you like that before you died. But for Beyonce to be an artist from the early 1990s, mid 1990s, and is still the only surviving artist that is doing it, speaks volumes. Because Mariah Carey is just surviving. She's at Vegas. She got her legend. She got enough lambs that will keep her relevant to the end of time. She got enough iconic hits. Darn on Mariah Carey, she released over a dozen darn on iconic and classic albums that will keep her over. But she ain't. Mariah Carey cannot release nothing new today that will hold a match to this shit right here, Beyonce. Same thing for Brandy. Brandy's still stuck in that darn on contract deal, them 6 albums, and I think she got to release like 2 more. Beyonce, I think she's released from Columbia because she done release 5. And I think if it's been suspected that she's coming up with an up-tempo album in the summertime. So people who still don't like this deep, impactful side of Beyonce that all of us girls are loving. I know some of her gay fans that are, not as of, the younger gays and some older gays, sadly. But for most of her gay fans was turned off by this album because they couldn't booty pop and stuff to it. But I actually love this album. And this is for somebody who actually loves the booty pop and twerk and stuff to Beyonce. But I actually respect this album. This album is truly what we needed. This album was truly demonstrating women empowerment, police brutality, had the darn on. Ooh, I cried when the darn on mothers came on there. I mean, The mothers of L. Garner. Oh, Trayvon, Lord, Juan, don't get the crying on here. Don't get the crying on here. I tell you, that was darn on tear jerking to me. When them mothers flashed up on that darn on screen, I was like, now see, now Beyonce, did it again. About had me crying again. Now she done had me crying when she did that when she tossed that ring at the camera. And then when she was in the field, she had me crying. I was like, God damn. She had us going through the third on stages of grief. I went from crying, and then next thing we know, here she is with the weekend talking about 6-inch heels. I murdered everybody and I was a witness. Damn, I murdered everybody and I was a witness. And then she went on to slavery music talking about freedom, freedom, freedom. I'm like, Beyonce, you gonna stop fucking playing with me now. You gonna stop playing me with my emotions. Went and had me crying when you was in the field. Tossed the ring at the dang on screen. Then went talking about 6-inch heels. Now you got Kendrick Lamar, who did the slavery thing on the Grammys and slayed it. Teamed up with darn on Kendrick Lamar, with darn on Freedom, and then ended it with the credits to darn on Formation. I'm like, she done gave us a body work from beginning to end. There's not one song that I don't like on this one. I got some that I love, but each and every one of them I damn near like. I like every last song on this dang on album. I mean, Pray You Catch Me, Hold Up, Don't Hurt Yourself, Sorry, 6-inch Heels, Daddy's Lessons, when she's channeling Carrie Underwood to a T. Now, I think you should do the remix with Carrie Underwood. That's your number one hit and mainstream crossing into country. You go ahead and get darn on Carrie Underwood on the darn on remix to this. Talking about, oh, my daddy loves his whiskey with his tea. He told me, when men like you come around to shoot, my daddy loves whiskey with his tea. I'm like, okay, now B. Love Drought, Sandcastles was another one that I love. I mean, come on now. Picture snatched out the frame, scratched out your name and your face. What is it about you? She did it. She did it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. She went and did everything. She mixed in darn on slavery, darn on colorism, police brutality, the death of the darn on victims, her darn on marriage, her darn on parents' marriage, everybody's darn on shit. I'm like, oh my goodness, album of the damn year. If this don't get album of the damn year, I'm gonna be some kind of pissed. I don't see nothing else coming out this year that can top this right here. It may not sell as much as Adele, but damn it, I best believe this album is more impactful than Adele. I'm telling you, this album is more impactful than Adele's is. Because it channeled black as a whole, as a culture. Everybody that's black, Latina, Native American, and even darn on white people that loves your melanated darn on counterparts should go ahead and run out and get this album. So that is my thoughts. I love to know what y'all's is. This video is long enough. I know it's darn on 50 minutes long. Y'all know I can talk all day about the legendary Beyonce now because she is now legend. Not icon. Rihanna is an icon. Rihanna got over a dozen hits that I love. We can name that in another video. And I'm going to do a video about the differences between icons and legends. And Beyonce's now a legend. Rihanna's icon. Lady Gaga is an icon that's trying to within the next 5 years, Lady Gaga probably be getting in the way of being a legend. But darn on Beyonce, yeah, I'd love to know y'all comments on this. If y'all actually listen to me go off of darn on 50 minutes straight, leave y'all comments, share Share, share. Like share would say share, share, share. Subscribe, and I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.